Mark from the States, Mark from the States, it's Mark from the United States.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Mark from the States. How we doing today? Guess what? I'm fantastic. I hope you are as well. Come sit with me on this big fake couch as we delve back into narrow boating with DownieLive. I'm excited to get back into it. He's gone back. We've done his journey. I think it was a couple years ago, and it was amazing. It really has piqued my curiosity. Not that I think I'll ever eventually get to do it, but you just never know. If the opportunity ever arises, and I'm, of course, there, or for whatever reason my wife wants to do it, I would be totally willing. It looks awesome. Getting to see parts of the countries as you dip into Wales and other places that you get to see that you normally wouldn't. The countryside is, of course, just absolutely gorgeous, and it seems just like a fun, relaxing. Of course, we're maybe just seeing the highlights. I'm sure there's got to be some down points, but it certainly doesn't look like there's many. If there is, I love the pace that you go at. Today is the most canal locks in a row. He's come back. He's done 3 more videos that we'll take a look at. And this is the most canal locks in a row. Now, the fact that these canal locks are not automatic, you have to get out, you have to move the gate, if indeed that's what we're going to see. Depending on how many in a row and how far, it might be tough for just 2 people. So I'm going to see how he navigates through this today. Please come with me. Sit on this couch. Below me, before we continue, scroll down. There's 2 links, one to this video, so you don't have to hear me talk, right? Some of you, that is directed at you who don't want to hear me yap, and that's totally cool. Just either fast forward to the beginning of this video, or go to, what I prefer is to go to his channel and watch the video without me talking. And then if you want, you can come back, and that way you can answer some questions for me, because that's how I learn. I learn from the video, but I do a lot of learning afterwards as people add context and stuff. And the other link, of course, is to the channel, to Michael's channel, and you could see he travels all kinds of places and does all kinds of crazy and wonderful things. So I encourage you to get over there and support the original content creator, because we are blessed that he's allowed us to see his adventures and learn and just be in wonder, right? Getting closer to Christmas. I'm going to start wearing my hat more because it's getting colder. Here, yes, it does get cold here in Southern California. We are currently in a little cold snap. It probably will warm up by the time Christmas comes. We rarely have a really cold Christmas. It's usually, you get like Santa Ana winds, which are winds that blow from the desert out towards the ocean, and we're like, Ventura is located right in the funnel. It just seems it comes down between the canyon and in between the mountains, which then blows right through Ventura out to the Pacific. So we always have these Santa Anas, and of course when the Santa Anas are blowing, fire hazards happen, and we get a lot of wildfires that way, and it's hot wind, right, and the temperature's rising. So we just had a fire last week in Malibu, which is about 20 miles from me. I was never really in danger, but a lot of expensive homes and mountainous region in Malibu. You think Malibu, you think the beach. But Malibu, the majority of the people who don't live on the beach, right on the coast, a lot of them live up in the hills, which is right next to the water. Goes straight up into the mountains, so it's hard terrain to fight fires, and so you really worry about those people. And not all of them are Hollywood celebrities, right? A lot of working class as well up there. But I believe they've gotten most of that tempered down. So, but yeah, that's always a risk. So generally, Christmas time, you get the hot weather coming through Santa Ana's and whatnot. But every once in a while, you get the cold snap like we're going through right now, and it gets chilly. So yes, come sit with me. Let's watch Michael tackle the most canal locks in a row. Let's do it.
Behind me is the longest consecutive
Oh,
locks
no.
in the UK.
No. Holy moly. You're literally going over a mountain. Oh. I mean, the engineering is impressive. But look at all the locks you have to open. Oh my gosh. No.
And today, 200 years after it was built, we're going to take a boat through it. Still a long
No
way
way.
to go. But most importantly, this is the steepest flight of locks in the country. And today we're going to attempt to complete it. I'm Mike, and I'm narrowboating 3 different boats on 3 different canals in the UK, including through the city that has more canals than Venice,
Oh,
and
that's
riding
nice.
the world's only rotating boat lift. But
Okay, I've heard a lot about this. I've seen little pictures, but nothing like this up close. They've always been kind of from afar, and I haven't seen it like operational. And I'm kind of looking at it going, how does that even work? That's going to be fun. Yes, I've heard of the Volker wheel. That is in like 2 episodes from now, the last one, I believe. So I'm looking forward to that one. That one looks gnarly. But, and then of course the second one we're going to get into as well.
those are the next videos right here on DownieLive Travels by Boat. Now let's go find us a boat. And so I've booked a boat using drifters.co.uk here at Fox Hangars, just outside of Devizes, and this is our beauty. It is the largest boat I've ever rented. It is 66.5 feet long. It is also a platinum class, which means it's up there with the nicest of the boats I've rented. I'm going to give you a full tour of the boat, but we're actually going to get going here first because we've got to get into the locks before 2 o'clock so that we can get out of them and complete them before sundown. So let's get started. But I'm not taking on this challenge alone. I've brought my friend Gareth.
Hi.
And his friends Ed, who is completely inexperienced.
Completely new, left the rope behind already.
But,
That's awesome.
Oh, when you unhooked at the front. And Jamie.
I'm so grateful we have a bow for us there all of a sudden.
Here we
I'm
go.
glad he's-
Your first.
I'm glad he's got help, because I was going to say, just with 2 people, that looks very daunting. Dang.
Of 29 locks.
29?
I guess the question is, why do we do this if we've got to go through 29 locks? It
Yeah.
seems like a lot of work, but this is the speed at which we're going at. It's really just an excuse to get out on the water in the countryside. So, as we enter our first lock of 29, the question is, what is a lock? Well, boats aren't very good at going up or down hills. They prefer floating on calm, level waters like we are now. And locks help boats go up and down hills while keeping level. In our case here, we're trying to go uphill. So Gareth is entering the empty lock from the low side and will then close the gate behind him. Gareth, is it all coming back to you?
Yeah.
Now Jamie and Ed are going to crank the levers to open the paddles at the top gate, which will slowly let water into
Ed
our
is
lock
dressed too
and
nicely
float our boat up about 8 to 10
what
feet
he's
to
going
match
to
the
have
height
to
of
do.
the canal above. So far so good for our first lock, just 28 more to go. And then we simply open the gate and cruise on out.
Beautiful day.
the gates are
I will
open.
say that.
Ready to go? Of course, now we have to do that another 28 times.
That's
Now the problem
insane.
is, he's on the boat, we're not. So he's gonna pull over there, which means we've got to walk around over the bridge. Oh, we've got to close these. We've got to close these. Good push. Casually.
Oh my god.
A lot of work.
Countryside,
Yeah.
minding your own business.
Yeah, just another 28. One down, more to go.
insane.
So luckily there wasn't too much of a gap from the last lock to the next one. So we just walked along the towpath. And because the locks do use quite a bit of water, the boat that was ahead of us, they saw us coming behind them. So they've waited. So we can both go and use the locket together. So we only need to drain once the water out rather than twice for 2 sets of boats. Now, filling these locks is not fast. They say it takes a crew of 2, an average of about 10 to 15 minutes to go through a lock. And with another 27 of them ahead of us, this could take us between 5 to 7 hours.
No.
But we have a full crew of 4 healthy guys working together, and I'm curious to see how quickly we can do this.
Right.
We've already completed one, we've just started the second, and I should time it, see how long it takes us. So let's start that. There we go.
So now that you're in the lock with that other boat, in theory, you guys can just stay with them all the way through since they're so close together, right? You can't. I mean, what would be the point of splitting up at this point?
You can probably add 15 minutes to the end. Gareth, doing great. Back at the helm.
Yeah, got the hat on, the collar up because it's
Alright.
getting warm.
It's sunny out.
Not used to this sun here in England.
Oh, it's it's pretty nice out here.
We get 2 weeks of sun every year, and it's looking like this might be one of them.
This might be the week. In order to accomplish this faster
Nice.
than the average time, everyone has a role. Gareth here has to get our very long narrow boat in and out of the locks safely, which has the added challenge when we're squeezing in with a second boat.
Ooh, well, that's why they have those sides on them.
Yeah, what's really like coming into the lock is fine,
Yeah,
but like to stay over to one side to let someone else in as well,
it's tricky.
it's really tricky.
It's a cute boat they have. Clearly they live aboard.
That's why you have those bumpers
Cactus
up
on
front.
top. Meanwhile, Ed and Jamie are on land doing the manual labor, swinging the gates and cranking the paddles open and closed.
Terrible job.
I'd like to point out, we're out here, and there is nothing else around. We are in the peaceful countryside. The only thing you can hear is the little murmur of the engine propelling these along. Is that 3 or 4 locks so far?
3 down.
26 to go.
Smooth and getting progressively smoother.
Yeah.
I think.
So operating these locks is very mechanical.
Yeah,
and
you're
a
going to
little
be
physical.
riding with them
There
the
are no
whole way.
computers or machines to help, but it's pretty amazing when you realize that
I mean,
this
it's a-
canal and these locks were built in 1810.
Wow, 1810. That's incredible. I mean, I've always marveled at just the engineering capabilities of the ancient people. But they're stoked that the other people are stoked that they now have a buddy that they share the lock with all the way. And since they're filming, it seems like Ed and Jamie are gonna be doing them a solid as well by doing the locks for them. That's awesome. No wonder why they waited. Originally waited for him to join them.
Yeah, the canals used to be full of narrowboats moving goods around the country even before the steam train was invented. And over
1810.
200 years later, we're still able to navigate them today.
Look
I
at
gotta
that.
say, that is impressive.
Oh, okay.
Now,
They're
we might not
helping
be a
out.
crew of savvy sailors, but our vessel is a little more comfortable than what they had in the 1800s. So while we move from one lock to another, this is actually probably a perfect time to give you a tour. So this is obviously where we drive from. Controls are here, tiller, and welcome to downstairs.
Where you
right away, we
pilot
walk
from.
into bedroom number 1. This is a double bed. The guys have just dropped their stuff here for now. They're gonna get that sorted into the closets and cupboard space we have here. TV in the corner, which probably never get used, but good sized bed. Then we move through into the ensuite bathroom that has a full size shower. I mean, look at this. This is amazing. Taller than 6 feet. I don't want to stand in there with my shoes, but plenty of space. Around the corner, on board a boat, it's called a head. It is the toilet. There are 2 chairs in there. You can pull them out You can sit, enjoy the company of your friend, or those are mostly just for storage at the moment. I think we'd bring them up on the shore. And like any bathroom, you got a sink. Let's keep moving. Through here is the galley. Comes with a full gas stovetop grill, oven, sink over here, lots of counter space, coffee maker, microwave, 2 fridges,
Nice.
wine rack, pretty much anything you could need in a kitchen.
That would definitely get
Sorry for the
used.
mess. We've brought some groceries. Then you move into the seating area. This also has a table, pops out to be a dining room, a TV, which we won't use, and through here is another ensuite bathroom and another bedroom. You were probably wondering, there's 4 guys on board. Where are you all gonna sleep? 1, 2, 3 in this room, and 1 on the big bed out there. So we're very comfortable. Of course, lots of storage space along the way. Storage and drawers underneath. And you come out onto your front deck. And we're perfectly timed to be in the final of the lower locks, about to enter the main staircase. That ahead of us is the steepest set of locks in the UK. The Caen Hill flight is 16 locks in a straight line headed up the hillside. Comparatively, what
way.
we've just done is nothing but a warm-up.
Yeah,
Well,
I-
so far, I've done a whole lot of talking and not a lot of working like these guys. So I'm gonna put the chest cam on, cue the music. I'm gonna do a montage as we do the 16 locks. Here we go. So I've got to grab a windlass and get onto land somehow. Okay, here I go. All right, you're in good hands. Let's do this. Now, I do not know how I convinced the guys to do this with me. I mean, think about
Right.
it. To spend 6 hours or so walking uphill, pushing gates and cranking paddles under the beating sun, I mean, yeah, it sounds like a lot of work. He's very comfortable. He says it's quite easy. If one of you wants to try driving the boat. No, okay. In designing these locks
It's
so
like,
close
no way.
together, the engineers encountered a unique challenge of keeping enough water in each of the locks.
When we're on the hill, when we're on Caen Hill locks, the gap between the locks is only about the same length as a lock. So if we've got to put 8 foot of water into the lock below, if the bit in between was only the same width, we're going to drop 8 foot of water out of it. So no boats would ever be able to go through it. So the expanse of water at the side actually instead of length. So rather than dropping 8 foot, it drops by about that much because you've got all the extra water in there.
So, in order to ensure they had enough water to fill these back-to-back locks, they built large holding ponds off to the side, so no lock would ever go dry.
Normally locks are further apart than they are along here. And when we get up to the flight, you'll see how close they are. It's quite exciting when to have a look at it and realise what you're about to do. So-
Right. But the question is, where does all the water at the top even come from? Oh, wow. There's a whole bunch of solar panels back there, and it says the lock flight pumps are operated by the sun. So those solar panels are powering that pump house, which pumps the water from here back to the top. So since we have so much water coming downhill, they either need a major water source at the top
Right.
to keep the water flowing, and they don't necessarily. So this pump house has water that's just come out of the lock, goes straight back into it, gets pumped to the top. So they're able to recycle the amount of water going. It actually can pump more water up than can come down at one time.
So was that also built in 1810? No, surely not. I mean, they must have had that problem back then. Yes?
And all of that is powered by those solar panels.
Obviously,
Cool
the solar
system.
solar
epic.
panels weren't
I mean,
around, but
it's impressive. So I don't even know when it was opened, but the idea that you would just build a waterway going up a big hill, and that it still works now, right?
You're right. The engineer that looked at this and said, no problem, we can get boats up that,
yeah,
Yeah.
made it happen, and they still do.
it's pretty
An
wild.
hour and 20 minutes so far. Jamie's moving.
Seems like a lot of work.
Jamie's looking to make record time here. This type of physical challenge is just something you don't get in your daily lives anymore. This is like historic engineering still in practice. Overall, none of this is too difficult. Anyone of any age can do this, but with 29 locks, it just takes a while.
Yeah.
I like how they designed
And if you
the
got-
areas to push with your legs.
Oh, it's-
bricks to
yes, we
step
saw that
into.
before. That's a great idea.
Still a long way to go. This is Ed's first time driving. Look at that, looking good.
Hey, he didn't want to drive earlier. Probably got tired.
It's like you've been doing this for years. There we go. We've done the old switcheroo. Now I'm at the helm. It's nice having 3 friends along, so we can all rotate and take turns.
Hell yeah.
Oh, perfect. I think I still got it. Love that. I mean, clearly driving the boat is the least work, but that doesn't mean it's not difficult or stressful. Now, as the skipper, driver, you have to make sure you don't go too far back or you're bumping the back gate, and not too far forward that you're bumping the front gate. I love how this used to be a cargo highway, and yet 200 years later, we're just doing that as an excuse to get out and do something unique together.
The last one of the flights.
This is the last one. We've made it. By George, we've made it. The last gates, the last lock. I don't know what we're gonna do after this. We came just to climb the locks.
You drink.
I guess we go explore what else is in this canal. Maybe go get something to eat. Thank you very much. Thank you. So that is officially the top of the Caen Hill locks. But it's not the end of our journey. So I guess now the question is, how long did it take us? And so, I think it's only appropriate that we now stop the timer, and we have, that was not done on purpose. We hit exactly 4 hours, almost get to the minute. 4 hours and 13 seconds, which was just me pulling out my phone. Amazing. We're not just cruising. We have what they call the long pound, which I think is about 15 miles without any locks, which means at 3 miles an hour, take us about 5 hours of cruising until we get to our next lock. This is why I love narrowboat. How calm this is. I think the word I'm looking for is serene. So after all that work, I think we've earned ourselves a traditional British meal in a charming pub.
Yes.
And since we're here in the UK, that should be easy enough. It's all stinging nettle. I mean, that's fine. I just don't want it. Can I throw you the center line? I can jump here. Ready? So this might be the spot. Throw me the back rope. Go on. Tie the other end. It should be rung already. Ringed. The other end should already have a ring on it.
This is where all my theories that Gaz is like one of the smartest people I know fall apart.
He's good. Wait. You're gonna go put your hand around this edge.
Come on, Gareth.
How much do you want?
All of it.
Yeah, as much as you can. Do not throw rope very often.
Ready?
Yeah.
Over here.
Woo, look at us. 2 one-handed catches. Oh yeah. It's working. I think that's as far in as it goes. This is as close as it
To
goes.
me, Ed's the true hero
now,
of the trip.
You can't park there, mate. Technically, we can. We can put in the stakes and we can call it this. The other option is we keep going. Or we order food and one of us goes to get it and we eat on board. You want to keep going?
Keep going.
Keep going? Okay, so we're
Yeah,
going to
keep
keep
going.
going. We're good. Yeah, we're getting on.
Definitely doable. Maybe like a rope.
The edge of
The rope would help.
I don't need the rope.
Oh, shit the bed.
Yeah.
Leap.
Oh! Ouch. Oh my God.
You all right?
Oh, that looked like it hurt.
Tell you what, I might just meet you up down the road. No, I'm just kidding. See if I can do any better.
Follow through.
Yeah.
We don't do what we did, but we continue.
Here we
This
go.
might be the spot. This might be the spot, although we're getting a little far out here. That's on me. I wonder if we've run aground. Can't get much closer. Well, it's not the spot, that's for sure. But all right.
One.
Yeah, challenge 1.
We thought the locks were going to be the hardest thing today. But the challenge now is trying to find somewhere along here to park.
So dinner is at a restaurant in town that way. We've already gone
Oh,
past
that's
it.
beautiful.
And we're
That's beautiful. Digging that.
running out of places to park, and we're just getting further and further out of town. With a lack of clear parking and us not wanting any more injuries,
Just keep
we have
going.
a backup plan, just a little further up the canal. What's the verdict on the restaurant?
So the pub it's 7:30 p.m. and the kitchen is just closed, but
Ridiculous.
they have moorings available, and they're happy for us to order takeaway food, which we can eat in the pub as long as we buy a drink.
Watching
Oh,
the
yeah.
football,
So-
having a beer.
So that feels perfectly
That's-
a reasonable price.
Very reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All right.
the Bridge Inn have come to our rescue at short notice,
Well
even
done,
if
the
their
Bridge Inn.
even if their kitchen closes before 7:30.
I should have remembered from my last series on the canals that food is always the most difficult part.
Right.
You go through beautiful little villages where the pub closes early or they don't serve food on certain days.
Right.
And if you miss it, if you miss the one that's open, you're kind of out in the middle of nowhere, which is where you want to be, but not without
Can they
food.
bring food?
Yeah. Okay, this is the Bridge Inn on the left. No need to leap this
No
time.
leaping required.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whatever's
that's
safest.
way better.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
Jamie is our not master. Lock up the doors. Officially moored at the pub, at the Bridge Inn.
That's
All
awesome.
right.
And they're right there.
Honestly, great parking spot. Sun is setting.
Oh,
The beer garden is here. Wow.
so nice.
Oh, the boys got beers already. Wow. Well done, fellas.
And some
done to you.
crisps,
Right, and that's to you.
of course.
Whoa, man down.
This
This
is not connect. We gotta move. It's not-
this is fucking.
yeah, for 4 big boys, let's pick the solid one.
Cheers, well done everyone.
Yeah, we earned it.
Happy days.
Beauty. Thank
All right, let's go over the plan. This way.
Let's see.
I've marked it. Okay, so here's the plan. We need to get further down the canal to something called a winding hole, where we can turn the boat around to head back and return our rental boat.
Oh, they gotta go through
We have
the
a few
locks.
obstacles in our way, but we'll
God.
tackle those tomorrow. I think that's a plan then. So, with the kitchen closed at the pub here, we've ordered Indian food from a nearby restaurant that luckily delivered to us here.
I thought they could get their food.
Oh, nice.
there.
Here we go, mood lighting.
All right. What do we have? Can you tell us?
We have a garlic and a peshwari naan, pila rice, biryani, butter chicken, and this is a chicken danzak.
A whole variety of curries.
We've got all the curries imaginable.
Yes. We're gonna eat well tonight. Now, I don't know if it's just because we worked up an appetite
TV's
from
on.
those locks today, but this is the best curry I have ever eaten. And I can't wait to see what we have in store for us tomorrow, which luckily is today. Good morning. Oh, what a beautiful morning. All right. Oh,
That
here we go.
is so cool, though.
Those are some loud birds. Now we're just going through a charming brick bridge. When the weather is this nice, how can you not love this?
I gotta go
The
back
weather is
here.
this nice.
I want to
Now
see
we're
the
just going
sign.
through-
The Bridge Inn. 24 hours.
A charming brick bridge. When the weather is this
Couldn't
nice,
really
how
read
can
it.
you not love this? Just another day on the high seas. Now the challenge for us today is we want to cover as much ground as we can, see as much as we can. That's what we've come here for. Just do a lot of this cruising. And then I think we're gonna have to head back. We'll figure that out when we get there.
And it's so nice knowing you've just got a day of steady cruising, no locks, no leaping up and down.
Well, yeah, I wonder
Yeah, we
if
don't
the
have any
diesel
locks today.
or
And we've got
the
nowhere to be and
fumes,
nothing to do.
whatever the boat
Except
runs
this.
off,
Which will go by about 3.5
is
miles
bad
an
in
hour.
the back.
We're not showered yet, but that's because if you want hot water, you have to run the engine for about an hour. And so Ed is eagerly awaiting a shower. I mean, we all are, but it's quite nice knowing you can't really, and you've just got to get started on your day.
You've got to wear yesterday's clothes.
Yeah.
4 grown men sleeping in a confined space. It's like the black hole of Calcutta, isn't it?
Well, it really forces you to come out into the fresh air. The word for it really is just as charming, isn't it? But while it is relaxing, you're never without a task.
There we go, right?
Oh! Oh, this is... Okay, our first challenge of the day, and I think this is my first ever swing bridge.
No time like the present.
No time. All right,
Swing
straight
bridge.
to it.
So windless for you.
There is never a dull moment. Here we go. We haven't even made our first cup of coffee yet.
Oh,
How are you supposed to function?
we need to be outside.
I can't
without my
work under
coffee
these
yet.
conditions.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Making coffee?
Yep, we've got Indian monsoon Malabar coffee.
Garrett makes coffee.
Holy
Take the swing
moly.
bridge.
Did you hear that? Wow.
What the fuck was that?
That was just the craziest thing. We literally just had lightning and then thunder. Like, literally, it was right above my house. Flash thunder, the loudest I'd ever heard in my life. That was scared the crap, woke everybody up. That was wild. Holy moly. Well, okay. And now the rain's coming. There you go. Let's continue.
Here we go. So I have done in the past a lift bridge, but this is a swing bridge. So this bridge is going to rotate, it's going to swing, I think, out and over this, maybe by the looks of
Swing
it.
bridge.
On this.
Okay,
Is
that's
that it?
the lock
Or just push?
to keep it in
Oh.
place. Ah,
Hold up. That is satisfying. That is good. Oh, Ed, you're missing out. We're doing a swing bridge.
oh, look at that. Looks fairly easy to move.
Am I supposed to push it from that side? I definitely am on the wrong side. How do I get back? If I push this away from me, there's no way to push it back. That could have been a bad mistake. Okay. Push from that side.
Totally screwed.
Yeah. I would have been trapped on the other side.
Well, you only do it wrong once.
That's why this
Then you
has been
know.
added to
Oh, so you got more leverage.
Ah. Oh, and it has a little walkway there. A little path. How funny.
I like that. The only thing is, if you leave this open and someone shows up from the other side, there's no way to close it. You would have to swim. Garrett, how long till coffee? 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Push back. Watch your step. Easy, easy. There's a stopper though, don't you?
There you go.
Perfect. All right, let's screw it back in. I just enjoy these little challenges. You think you can just jump onto the boat here, Ed?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, let's see.
We all know.
Oh!
Okay, Ed, whenever you're ready,
This looks so
I'll go
painful.
after you.
That's funny. Yeah, that. Good job, Ed.
Yeah. Want to do a bit of a switch? Take it to that? Sure.
Loudest.
Oh,
Go, coffee.
thank you, Chief. This is what I'm talking about. This is
Heck
the day now.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Our prestige class rental boat has traditional styling, but not every boat on the canals is built the same.
There are all types of boats along here. This would be great. Probably looks like there's a ton of space, but I like this one up here.
That's
the
pretty cool.
survival boat.
Oh my gosh.
The survival boat is good for 56 people.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
It's like a
Interesting.
lifeboat.
I guess if it floats, you
From
can
a
bring it to
ship.
the canals. It fits. That's like towing a guest house behind your boat. That's adorable. This
So
is
you-
gonna
oh.
get tricky. We got some traffic.
See, I was thinking
Horrible.
you couldn't. It has an outboard motor there. I didn't think those were legal.
This is gonna get tricky. We got some traffic. Wide traffic. Pretty funny when this is the most excitement we get in the morning.
Now, considering
Right.
what our day was like yesterday,
Oh, that is
today
wide.
is going to be much easier.
Morning. Our pleasure. We're in no rush. Enjoy the day. For that being the only moment of stress we've had, that was relatively stress-free. And they thanked us for waiting. Very kind.
In fact, the only other real obstacle we have today is this second swing bridge, which I actually really enjoy.
We bring this just in case that hand screw doesn't work.
I mean, I think these bridges are really neat. It's amazing how they're balanced so well that you can just rotate an entire bridge all by
Yeah, that's
yourself.
pretty.
Beautiful. Take us away, Captain Jamie.
It's pretty
We
cool.
haven't seen a road in ages.
I mean, on the list of
Was the
modern
most
marvels, it's not up
serene
there,
moment.
but it's still pretty good that one person designed for one
Right.
person to
So,
move
the
like
boat does come with towels and a towel warmer.
that. Of course.
The bathrooms are
Of course, it has a towel warmer.
So the rule is when the doors are closed.
I've got to get a towel warmer in my bathroom next to my shower. I think those would be awesome. I wonder if I can get something like that here.
You don't pass through. Because otherwise they would see you. And as far as I'm told, the shower is a normal shower.
It looks
All right.
normal.
I'm gonna shower. I'm gonna leave you here. And look at us now. Fresh as a daisy, fit as a fiddle.
Ready to go.
The whole group. Ready to go for not much. Just this.
More of the same.
More of the same. Well, I guess actually, if you do get bored, there is lots to do, which is exactly what we do. In fact, we've been standing on this boat all day. It's time to go stretch our legs. As nice as it is being on the canal, we're gonna venture off into the woods. This is a nature preserve just on the side of the canal.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, that's a cool.
Yeah, these are great. So these are often used for people on horses. So they don't have to get off, so it's higher up.
Cool. Out here, there are plenty of walking trails, and even
A
ones that go
footpath.
past some hungry neighbors. Oh, there they are. Hi. Oh, yes. Hello. Hi. This stuff?
No,
No.
no good.
Holy moly, that's a bowl. I got it. Oh, what a tongue. Yes. Have a nice day.
Probably thought you were going to
Without
give it
many
something
restaurants out
other
here,
than what it's been
He
eating
did
all
come
day.
prepared. Smells good. What you got cooking?
It's like this is just the same stuff we've been eating.
Which Ed very kindly supplied.
Oh, yes. Bring chefs on board. Oh, my
Wow.
gosh. Amazing.
Okay.
Oh, lovely. Wow.
Well done. Alrighty, let's
Okay.
do this. So this is tight, but if you pull the first loop out, and the rest will just come completely undone.
Yeah.
Look at that. Boom. And we are free. Easy.
What is that? Oh, our
Uh-oh.
water is critically low.
Yes.
We need water.
Well, with all the showers.
Yeah, ready. Hit me.
Oh, beautiful. Not bad at all.
I love that they have these little
Our
water
boat on board, we have a
stations
hose.
along the.
So we've connected
Canal.
the water point, and we put it in to our water tank. And now we sit here and wait as it fills up. Probably take 15 minutes.
I
Quite a bit of water.
literally would have to be
Quite a bit
going
of
through
showers.
bottles of
I mean,
wine.
when there's nothing to do, that's when you can do anything. And that's why I brought these guys, because we get to do it together. But at some point, we've got to turn this ship around. Which brings us, finally, to the winding hole. As you can see, it has a little indent on one of the banks.
Not what I
It's just barely
expected.
wide enough to squeak the nose of your narrowboat in there. And then all you have to do is turn the tiller all the way to one side, turn up the throttle, and that'll push the tail end of your boat around 180 degrees, pointing you back to where you just came from.
That's wild.
Now, I know you didn't need to see this, but I just wanted to show you
No,
what
I'm
the
glad.
Earth looks like up front here.
I'm glad you did show it.
Now
Yeah.
look, some people say narrowboating is slow or boring. But I say, if you have the right friends with you, it's exactly the right speed.
Right.
It has lots to do.
I was thinking
But now that we've turned the boat around in the winding hole, I'm not going to make you watch us go all the way back and return our boat. But what I can suggest is that you watch the next video in this series right now, because this is just the first of 3 canals. You see, next week here on DownieLive, my wife Nicole joins me as we navigate
Oh,
a
nice.
narrowboat to
She's
a
back.
city that has more canals than Venice.
And after that, we ride the world's only rotating boat lift, which sits in the
Oh,
picturesque
that's how that
countryside
works.
of Scotland. But here's the best part. Thanks to
Okay.
Nebula,
I'm going to go ahead and get out now. Go support Michael and his channel. That was pretty intense. Not only did watching this, but that lightning I had, I don't know if you saw the flash, it literally lit up the whole sky like it was daytime. And then thunder was right after it, or right concurrent with the lightning. So it was like almost right above us. So, I'd never heard it so loud before in my life. That was crazy. Woke everybody up. I mean, I literally had to stop the video. I ran outside to think if something exploded, because it almost sounded like an explosion or something. It was so loud. No, the rain just started coming, so it's all good. Hope everybody's happy, healthy, and safe. Stay tuned for the next one. I'm loving these. They're fun. Thanks to DownieLive for allowing us to watch it. Out of all the ones, this is the least one that I would want to do. All those locks, yeah, 1 or 2, maybe 3 to get the experience, but 29? No. No. Now, obviously, if you need your boat, can you rent the boat and drop it off like a rental car? Drop it off at the next rental place down the, upstream or whatever? Or do you always have to take it back to the original spot? Because having to do all 29 locks again, ugh. It's just, it took them 4 hours, but he had 4 dudes. So, I don't know. That wouldn't be all too fun, I think. And I'd just be drinking. I would be drinking wine. You have that beautiful countryside. Why not? Charcuterie boards with crackers and cheese, meats and stuff with wine. Oh, now we're talking. Okay. Everyone, take care. Hope you're all happy, healthy, and safe. I don't know if I've already said that, but we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Mark from the States, Mark from the States, it's Mark. And he's from